Hello, good evening, and welcome to the live Hemingway Jones Fountain Pen Show. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, and just about anything and everything that will keep you inspired. Inspiration is the mission of this channel. It's also, I think, in a very real way, our channel is sort of a place where we can get away from some of the digital strain of modern life, if you know what I mean. Sure, we all use computers, we use our phones, they're fine, they're fun, we have no issues with them really, but we don't want that to be the whole spectrum of our self-expression. I think we're all a bit more tactile. We like the feel of paper, the weight of a well-balanced fountain pen in our hands, that incredible feeling when your nib is gliding across the page. It's just so satisfying, so amazing when you get your thoughts into a physical form, not just out in the ether somewhere in the cloud, but as a drawing or a poem or a bit of notes or a journal that you can hold and see, and that there's even some subtext to the way that the letters have formed. You can sort of read someone's emotional state in the way they're writing. I think that's who we are. What do you think, guys? That's what I think. Actually, I noticed some. Fidelity. There should be a change in fidelity there because my computer mic was on rather than this mic. And I actually moved this mic closer so I wouldn't have to speak as forcefully because my voice is already a little strained this evening, but I will be hanging in. So very good. Okay, so we have a lot to cover tonight and I'm really excited. There's a bunch of different things to speak about. Our main topic was a mental exercise that I came up with, and I'm imagining 75 years from now, which fountain pens are going to be the classics? Which are the ones that we're going to look back? Maybe some of those companies are defunct, or maybe they were reinvented the way that they seem to be multiple times over. But which ones in my collection will be looked back fondly as the classics? And I excluded those that are already classics. So no Kaweco Sports, no Parker 51s or Duofolds or anything like that. Trying to think of more modern-ish pens the last 25 years or so that will be held in high regard 75 years from now. So that should be fun. And we'll see if you agree with me. That's the important part, your opinion. Love to get your opinion in the chat if you're joining us live. And there is a dedicated group of wonderful people who join us every Tuesday night at 8 for the live chat or in the replay. I leave the replays up and the conversation continues. Conversation always continues in the comments. So I'll meet you there. So we're also going to speak a bit about the Tuesday night group. I want to throw something out to you as well. And that should be fun as well. I do want to recognize Antoinette with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for helping to support the channel, keep the lights burning brightly, and keeping me motivated and creating. I see that the amazing John Manuel is here. And if you guys don't know, John Manuel does so much to keep this channel rolling. He helps me to run the Pen Pal group. He does a lot of the work. He maintains the list where the Pen Pal group is. And if you're curious about the Pen Pal group, it's for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members of the channel. They're able to get into the Pen Pal group. And it's very vibrant and it's growing all the time. People all around the world, from Norway to the UK to Spain to, is there somebody in Spain? I think so. To all over the country. Just a vast array of really interesting, wonderful people that are sending letters back and forth, which is great. It's a great way to use your fountain pens. So one change we made is we put everyone into subgroups just to make it a little bit more manageable. Now, you can certainly write other people from other groups. There's nothing stopping you. But it's nice to have a little like pod where you can get to know people, and we highlight the new people just so they get a nice correspondence as well. And I also send welcome letters to everyone. So everyone gets a handwritten letter from me. So, because I appreciate it so much. I appreciate all you guys, everything you do to support the channel. So thank you to the members. So I do have something I want to bring up, guys. And this is for those of you that watch each week and join us on the chat. I feel like we need a name. Am I wrong about this? And please, guys, chime in as quickly as you can. I feel like we need a name for the group. And I know I've sort of informally been calling us the Tuesday Night Supper Club, but I don't know if that does us justice. Does it? Does that express the full sentiments? I do have a list, and I'd like to hear some of your own. And then maybe in a week or two, we can come up with a name for our Tuesday night group, our support group for journaling writers and fountain pen aficionados. So these are some of the ideas I have, and I welcome yours. And you can put them in the comments if you like, or the chat, okay? So, okay, what are my names? Here they are. Tell me what you think. The first one I came up with is the Enchanted Pen Society. I thought it kind of had a Harry Potterish sound to it. So let me know if you like that one or if you want to come up with your own. Another one I thought of is the Knights of the Leather Journal, which kind of has a medieval sound to it. Then I thought of the League of Extraordinary Penmanship, just because I thought it sounded nice. The Dark Academics kind of sounds like a weird gang, like from Gangs of New York, but I like it, the Dark Academics. And then the Tuesday Night Supper Club, because that's kind of what I've informally called us. Even though I don't use that word. I don't use the word supper. I just say dinner. What do you think? Have it out in the comments. I appreciate it. So, Dark Pendantics. Pendantics is really funny because it has a double meaning. I might use that somewhere in the title of a video. Okay, so this is the time when I show you some of the pens that I am using, and then I want to get into a conversation immediately after on inks, because something has happened in regards to inks, and I feel like it's very important that we talk about it. Very, very important. Ooh, Penchanted Society. That's not bad. Maybe if we can come up with like some top ones, I can put it up onto the community. Penablers is kind of, is that another channels, Kurt? Isn't that like I think somebody else coined that phrase. I wouldn't want to borrow it from them, but good name though, buddy. Kurt Geisinger, lovely fellow. Kurt, I hope you're going to be at the Empire Pen Show, because I will be. The whole family's going down to New York for that. That is Columbus Day weekend. I will be in New York City. I'll be at MoMA. I'll be at the Empire Pen Show to see my buddy Tom Otto. And before that, I'll be at the Commonwealth Pen Show. The Commonwealth Pen Show is in Somerville, Massachusetts, here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, on the 27th of September. And that show takes place on both days, 27th and 28th. But you want to go on the 27th, right around 11 o'clock, because that's when I'll be there. And I really want to meet you. So catch me at the Commonwealth Pen Show. And then, 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, at the Empire Pen Show. And I'll probably be there Saturday. I'm just going there one day too. Because I have a bunch of other stuff I need to see. I haven't been to the cloisters yet. I haven't showed my daughter Starry Night at MoMA. That's very important. Incredible Olight Universe, $9.99 Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You do so much to support this channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Mary Man, please put me on the pen pal list. Mary, please email me your name and address, and we'll get you on there. All right. Hemingway Jones at iCloud is my channel email. So, okay. What was I doing? Oh, I was talking about pens, and I got distracted by all your names, which are very, very... Ooh, Lady Manx, movable pen fee. See, this is terrible. All these great names, I'm getting distracted. Oh, here's something. So how many countries have stopped shipping to the U.S. now? Almost, I know it was 25, and all of your fountain pens have gone up by like 30%. The biggest tax hike in my lifetime. So that's not fun. I don't like taxes. I'm a banker. Bankers, we don't like taxes. So it's kind of terrible. Lady Manx says, you haven't been to the cloisters. C'est terrible. It is. Terrible is probably better. I don't speak French. I have not. It's terrible. And I need to remedy that very quickly. I want to see that unicorn tapestry. So which pens have I been carrying with me in my amazing rickshaw Atlas Stationer's pen case that I'm having a blast? I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I'm going to mention it again. I sat this down in some Yamabudo, and it was spotted and stained with Yamabudo ink. Did I mention that? I'm feeling like I didn't, but if I'm repeating myself, forgive me. But it was very stained with Yamabudo, but I caught it right away and I washed it. I scrubbed it and then I dried it out and it was fine. So these are kind of washable too if you get ink that you can clean up in time. So Hazel, my buddy Hazel's here. Celebrating the start of a new semester at uni. I'm already started using my pens and a bunch for notes and homework. Letters will be slow though, sadly. $5 super chat. Thank you, Hazel. Good luck at uni. And Hazel, I wish I could show everyone. I literally have a letter from Hazel right here at the top of my desk. And it is the loveliest cross writing I've ever seen. It blows my cross writing away. It's a beautiful, beautiful hand done in two different colors, a red and a blue. I don't know which blue. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Just stunning. Okay. So thank you, Hazel. Always great to hear from you, and good luck at school. So these are my pens that I cannot put down. And maybe no surprise, they haven't really changed that much over the last few weeks. This is the Much Ado pen. You've been hearing much ado about this. This is the Pilot Urushi. Excuse me, the Pilot Custom Urushi. Pilot Custom Urushi. So it takes that beautiful Urushi finish, which is very deep and pretty in vermilion, and trims it with some sort of, I don't want to say traditional pen effects, but yeah, I guess traditional is okay. It actually gives it sort of a vintage look. Beautiful black and gold trim. I love a feed that's a different color. Nice blue feed. Beautiful two-tone nib. Very soft. Similar to a Pelican M1000 in its feel. Very comfortable. Suits my hand very well. Nice little flare at the end. Haven't done a video on this yet, but I'm looking forward to. Really like this pen. It's the one I returned the Mont Blanc Wes Anderson for. Really wanted this. So now that I've been using it for a few weeks, what are the downsides? I don't really have a downside that I can really point out. Maybe if you don't like large pens, but I like big pens and I cannot lie. But if you don't, you might not like it because it's kind of girthy, but that to me, that's very comfortable. I hold my pen like that. It feels very balanced, very nice in my hand. You could criticize the Con 70 converter, though I will say out of all of them, I really like it. I love how you just sort of push the button, sort of pump it. It fills very quickly, very cleanly. I don't mind that. Do I wish it's a piston filler? Kind of. I do like an integrated pen. I do. But if this one should break, it's super easy to get another Con 70. Though I don't expect it to. Also, one of the things I really like is that it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. I mean, let's face it. So no real downsides. I've been enjoying it. It's very striking. Very striking. Love it. Excuse me. I don't know if I have ragweed killing my voice or if I'm getting a cold. I can't tell. I don't feel like I have a cold. $10 super chat by David Persons. MBQC issues abound. Got an MB146 flex nib out of the box. It's scratchy skips and has narrow and horizontal line and dry hard starts. Sophie Hiller will fix it at Dromgoals tomorrow. But yeesh. So sorry, my friend. I'm hearing a lot of it. You may have seen I put out a video. Does Montblanc have QC issues and customer service problems? They do. They honestly do. The extent, though, my video was my experience. An anecdote does not quantify anything. Even all the comments, which were leaning heavily into the fact that MB has a problem. Monty Blani has a QC issue. That's what my comments would lead you to believe. But until you quantify these things, you don't really know. They know. Maybe I should put something up in the community section. Do you feel, or maybe you have to ask these questions right to get a proper poll, right? Have you bought a Montblanc pen in the last 2 years and have had either a QC or customer service issue with it? Yes or no? That would give you some kind of quantifiable response. But David, I'm sorry that happened to you. It's actually a great pen, that pen. I have that pen. I'm sorry it doesn't write. I do appreciate your generous and kind support. And Hazel, too, if I didn't say, I feel like I may have said. But I just want to make sure. Okay, so let's look at some other pens I'm using, and then we're going to keep moving along. Not very original. I'm actually using a Monty Blani Fine that was fixed by Kirk Spear. If you watch my video on the QC issues, you can see Kirk working on it, which is a lot of fun. I tell the story. This is now working beautifully. Fantastic pen. And the pen I simply cannot put down. I mean, every light, every situation. Watchman Edson. Just absolutely brilliant. Beautiful, well crafted in every way. Look at that. What a stunner. Stunning, stunning pen. Beautiful nib. Beautiful shape. Amazing. Love it, guys. So much. So much. By the way, if you watch each week, you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. That's all I ask. I'd love to take you on this journey with us to all sorts of different places. I've just filmed some episodes I think you guys will love. Did I film Cool or Not Cool 3? Did I film Cool or Not Cool 3? Yes. Yes, I did. So Expect it soon. Cool or not cool 3. And it's called 3 for a very important reason. Let me know in the comments if you know why it's called Cool or Not Cool 3. The answer may surprise you. Robert Kalk, how are you, my friend? $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Keepers of the Nib. Keepers of the Nib is not bad. Not bad. I like it. I like it. You know, and then maybe we could get a sticker or something. Speaking of stickers, everyone who joins the Pen Pal group, Illuminati and Cognoscenti level of the channel, will get a sticker of yours truly from the Atlas Sidewalk Sale. I'll put it in your welcome letter. So there you go. A Chiro, my buddy. Cool pen kids. That would certainly be accurate, my friend. That would certainly be accurate. Allie J nails the reason. Nails the reason. So did Anna Paradox. Could it be there are 3 judges? Did you add Imogen to the panel for cool or not cool? I did add Imogen to the panel. And let me tell you something. Wait until you see this. She takes it so seriously and has so much to add, has very well-reasoned rationales as to where her thoughts come from. It's so fun. I cannot wait for you to see it. I think it's scheduled to air at this point in late October. I'm already scheduled into November, which is insane. Soon I'm going to stop because once I hit Christmas, things kind of calm down, and usually I take like a month off and I don't create anything. But you guys never notice. I just hit the desk. You guys never notice because I post so far in advance. You never see it. I can just eat up the weeks and then catch up. So, Laura Notek, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I'd love to see you, Imogen, as a guest host again. Well, you'll see her in Cool or Not Cool 3 coming up soon. But the funny part is, she's actually in bed right now. But she said, Daddy, can I do your live show sometime? And I asked her, I said, what do you mean? Like, would you like to fill in for me and I could take a night off? And she said, yeah, I'd like to do it. But what would I talk about? And I said, well, you have to talk about fountain pens and journaling and stuff for about an hour. She goes, okay, Daddy. So that could happen. That could certainly happen. But she'll definitely be in Cool or Not Cool Part 3. So thank you so much, Laura, for that super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm going to put some of your suggestions up all night. I'm just going to put them in the corner so that everyone can see them. I also want to mention that we have a new video this Thursday, and I think you're going to really like it. It's a journaling video, and it's on how journaling fixes where we're broken. So it's like journaling fixes our broken places and uses an interesting analogy and a lot of heart and a lot of techniques to make your life better. That's what I try to do with the journaling videos. So I hope you enjoy them. I think the direction of the channel is going to kind of remain the same, right? But I'm always making sure I do journaling, handwriting, and pen reviews. That's kind of the core. And I have a lot of pen reviews that I think you'll like. There's a new Conway Stewart pen I just did that I think you'll find really interesting. It has a lot of history. And I think you guys like when I mix in history and the pen. So we tell those stories. And then I have a new Gravitas pen I'm about to film. It's pretty good. And then a few others. So it should be a very, very interesting season. I think you'll enjoy that. And we're going to do some vlogs. We're going to visit some historic places and bring our journals and our pens with us. I think you'll like that too. So it's all about keeping inspired and sort of our little analog universe, keeping it going, keeping it inspired. So I think you'll enjoy it very, very much. Laura Notek's looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the journaling video. Those are amongst your best. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think they're one of my most important because journaling has saved me, literally saved my life. Did I do that? That's a good title. I need to do something like that, but because it's true. Literally saved my life. And I want to give it to you guys too. Maybe I'm getting wise a little bit as I get older. I don't know. Like a man must be a gravitas monster. It is. I think you'll like my insights on it. Kind of different. Kind of different than what most people do. By the way, it was an interesting experience working with Conway Stewart because they sent me the pen and they labeled it clearly that it was a demo and it was going back, and it was, but Customs wouldn't release it until we paid like $200 or something because of tariffs, the tax, the incredible tax increase we all have. And so I said to them, I'm not going to pay it. I think they'll just return it to you. Sorry about that. But they paid it, which was very, very nice of them. I felt bad about that, but it's strange because it said that it was just for demo, but the federal government does not care. And it's going back. It's going back this week because I'm done with it, but it's fantastic. I wanted to keep it, but I can't keep every pen. I have to have some emotional distance. So, but working with them was nice. They're very nice people. Alistair is really a great guy. Oh, Tracy likes my journaling videos. Thanks, Tracy. That means a lot. Thank you. I think you guys will really love the one going up this week. It's really, really good. Anna Paradox. That's true. The man working the Waterman table said everyone kept asking about the Karen. That's great. The Christina is the name of the lady that worked in Chicago. And she said the same. She's like, why is the Karen so popular? And I'd like to think I had a little something to do with that because I think it is fantastic. I really hope you guys pick one up. It's a really great pen. Okay. So I want to mention that I'm watching a couple of TV shows. I don't watch a lot of... I watch a lot of YouTube mostly, but I do like to stream shows with my wife. And we watched Hunting Wives, and that was wild. That was some wild stuff. I can't recommend it unless I knew your sensibilities, to be honest, because it was wild. It was shockingly wild. But if you're not easily offended, then I can recommend it. But watch at your own discretion. Parental discretion is advised. Mary Beth Orr, I enjoyed your beach vlog very much. Looked like a beautiful day with the family. You in the tent made me chuckle. For a non-beach person, you made it work. Thank you, Mary Beth. Thank you for watching the beach vlog. So I put up a vlog of going to the beach as an extra. When I do kind of extracurricular, I have a hard time saying that one. Extracurricular. Yeah. I would need work for that. Remind me to never put that into one of my scripts. I do have trouble with some words. We spoke about this before, but extracurricular. I always put them up as extras, just so you can enjoy them if you like. And that way neither of us get disappointed. If you're expecting a pen video, I don't want you to see a beach vlog and be like, what is this? Also watching Strange New Worlds, which is the Star Trek show. And it's very inconsistent. There are a couple episodes that were some of the best Trek I've ever seen. So good. And then the next one is just awful. It's like a musical or something. I respect it that it takes chances, but it's so inconsistent. But I'm still watching. One thing, Captain Christopher Pike has the best hair I've ever seen. I'm very jealous. I'd like to have hair like that. But check it out if you're interested. And then the last one I'll mention tonight, except for Succession, I am watching Succession, which I never watched. And Series 1 and 2 were fantastic. Series 3 was really sort of boring and circular. Nothing much really happened. Nobody evolves on that show. There's no character development. They're just characters that do things, but nobody develops. Nobody transcends their circumstances. But the plot's good, and the characters are fun to spend time with. So I'm not wholly dismissive of it. I like it. But the other new show we started is Alien Earth, which is in the Alien universe. And it gives us what we always wanted, the xenomorphs on Earth, but it's very much a slow burn. But they're doing a fantastic job. The world building's interesting. The new elements are just enough to keep it fresh and interesting. So we're big fans of that. JP Pen and Ink, hello. $7.99. I think that's Australian. Thank you. Journaling is like returning to an old friend. Truly is. Thank you. Thank you for the generous super chat. It helps so much, guys. You have no idea. Thank you, JP Pen and Ink. You are the best. Okay. Let's get on with the proceedings, shall we? All right. So I was talking a little bit about inks. So many of you may have noticed that I have whittled down my inks to pretty much 3. And those are Jeroboam Clay de Saphir, Diamine Oxblood, and Pearl Noir from Jeroboam. And for maybe the better part of a year, almost, those are the only inks I've been using. But I feel like I've put myself too much into a box. And like anything in my pen life, the pendulum is now swinging the other way. I don't think I'll ever go nuts and get every single new color that comes out. But I am embracing more color and actively looking for colors that will inspire me and arouse my artistic sensibilities. And what I mean specifically are inks that have a bit of shading. I really love shading. And really saturated blues. I love saturated blues. So I put Konpeki into my Pilot Custom Urushi, and I fell in love with it all over again. And then I looked at it and I was like, I really like this ink, but I wish there was a version that was darker, but not greenish blue, remained in sort of the royal blue and had some shading. And I remember I have Tatcha's Great Wave, the Hokusai homage from Tatcha. I really like that one. And believe it or not, I really like Lami's Darth Lilac, which I call it Darth Lilac because I like to change the name of things. And I know a lot of people didn't like the second edition, and I do. I really like it. I may like the first edition better if I had it, but I don't. So I just objectively really like it. And I'm going to put that into more pens because I like it. And I do have some other reds. Ruby red I really like. Burgundy red. But I'm starting to expand my palette again. I have a whole bunch of inks. You can almost see them. They're like one more bookcase down there. I haven't done an ink video in a while because nobody watched them. You guys don't seem to like ink only videos from me. So I stopped doing them. But I had this great idea along the same lines of my tea video. I did inks inspired by tea, and I put a lot of work into it. I bought all the teas, and I was taste testing the teas. And then I had the teas with the leaves and the inks. It was very pretty. It was a very aesthetic video. And it was one of my lowest rated videos, and it was a lot of work. It took a lot of work to make that. My wife was helping me because everything was so artistic and had to be lined up. And I was like, well, forget this. I'm never doing this again. It's too much work and nobody likes it. So, you don't put a lot of work into something if you guys don't like it, because I'm trying to keep you happy and inspired. Can't do that if you don't like it. But I do have another one that's along the same lines, and there's a bunch of really good inks, and they're sitting here now for about 1.5 years, getting dust, and I haven't done them. So maybe I should. Maybe I should go back, dip my toe into ink once again. Eric Guzman, $4.99. Thank you so much. Darth Lilac would be a beat name for a Sith Gardener, right? The Sith Gardener. Can you imagine trimming the hedges with a lightsaber? Why not? That would be fantastic. Thank you, Eric Guzman, for your generous support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hazel. Hello, Hazel. Again, I'm always a fan of ink videos. It's nice to see what people use for their colors. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I'll dip my toe back into the ink vault. Why not? By the way, thanks for the thumbs up. I see them. It keeps the YouTube algorithm gods happy. I also want to mention, if you watch each week, please just hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to me. I would certainly appreciate it. Appreciate every one of you for being there. And if you want to support the channel even more, please consider becoming a member. And Illuminati and Cognoscenti members have a pen pal group. Lots of fun. Okay, that's my commercial. I'm going to get into our main topic now, because it's getting late, and that's what happens with me. Time keeps on slipping into the future. That's what happens. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's look at some things. I'm going to get the obvious out of the way. These are my picks for classics of the future, 75 years from now. Maybe pen companies rise, fall, and rise again. I think these are going to be some of the ones that join the ranks of the Waterman 5, Waterman 52, the Parker Duofold, the 51, all those classic pens. I think years from now, people are going to be clamoring for a 1990s Waterman Edison, saying what a brilliant pen it was. And by then, they might see more of a continuity with Waterman. It might not seem so disjointed like it does to us now. To them, it might seem more compressed. Sort of like we once thought heavy metal music was so modern, and now it feels kind of dated in a way. But also, when you look in the history of music, it feels more connected to the 70s up into the 90s. Even grunge now feels like it grew out of that, like a pendulum swing the other way. History and time gives us context. And by the way, I still love heavy metal. Don't think that I don't. Still play it all the time. Dio and Ozzy and Iron Maiden are some of my favorites. I thought Dio had a great voice. Love the guy. And Ozzy too. Ozzy was a great songwriter. Mr. Crowley's one of my favorite songs. Revelation, Mother Earth. Anyway, this pen with the way it regulates ink, always ready, never skips, never false starts, 100% reliable, gorgeous, great for flying with. So much to it. Absolutely adore this pen. I think this is going to be a classic forever. And I do claim responsibility for driving the prices up, because I talk about this so much that the prices have risen dramatically. Mary Madden, thanks for the super sticker. $4.99. So nice. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you very, very much. Beautiful pen. Okay. I can just cradle it and talk about it. So I will say another pen I think will be a classic will be the Pilot Custom Urushi. And maybe the 845 as well. And I could see the 845 being more desirable. And I'll tell you why. It's smaller. The reason I didn't like the Vermilion, I always forget the name of it. It's like Yukori or something. Somebody help me out in the comments. But you know the one I mean. The one that doesn't have all the black and gold, but it's Vermilion and it's more torpedo shaped. I didn't like the brass center. I wanted the ebonite. I wanted it to feel sort of warm. I didn't want it to feel too heavy. And I didn't like the nib on the Namiki. This is a better nib in my opinion. But the 845 does have a little more balance and proportion for most hands, where this is more of a statement presence piece. I'm dying to film with this. Look how great. Look how it eats up the camera. Do you see this? It just pops. What a pen. What a pen. Kiwi Birder says it's such a statement. Isn't it? It really is. So much desk presence. But I honestly think... Little ASMR for you there. That is a pen. It's going to be a future classic. Now, some of these are controversial. And they're meant to be. I honestly think that this will be a future classic. This is a Magna Carta Mag 600 with the flexy, sexy nib. Fantastic flex. Oh, look at that. I had dark lilac in it. Dark lilac. Do you see that? You can still see it. I probably forgot to clean it since I put it in there. Yeah, it looks like it dried out. Anyway, why do I think this is going to be a classic? Because of the nib. The nib is so extraordinary. I think ones that have really good nibs will carry on into the future and people will say, wow, that nib ties back to how they were vintage. It does extraordinary things. It's really good. So I think if you have one of these, it's a future classic if you have a really good one. Like this one is a very, very good one. I love my Magna Cartas. I do. I know there's some customer service issues with them, some QC. I hear you loud and clear on that. But I think sometimes they become classic because there's elements about them that make them rare. We're going to see that theme again with some others. But I think that one is a future classic. Okay. Another one. And this one, if you don't agree with me, it's okay. I will defend this to the hills. This is a Schaefer. And it's not just any Schaefer. It's a Schaefer Legacy that was made in the United States of America with an inlaid nib. Gold inlaid. Beautiful, amazing nib. I think there's ink in here. I was using this fairly recently. Oh, you know what, though? I'm not sure there's ink in here. I think this is one of my stained cartridges, I believe. I don't think that ever gets wholly clean. But this pen, I think because Schaefer, see, I can post it. It's so old. I don't even worry about this. I like it kind of beat up. This is 20-something years old. I've had it the whole time. This is really the last hurrah for Schaefer before they went defunct. And now they're just not the same. I know they're making a Legacy again, and I tried one. It's decent. Steel nib, decent, thanks to Lucas Bell. But this is gold. It's fantastic, and this connects with the original Schaefer. And I feel like 75, 80 years from now, people are going to say, do you have a Schaefer Legacy? It's awesome. Thicker than some of the other ones. That's part of what makes it so great. This has a sort of intense masculine energy. I feel a lot of pens have feminine energy, like an E95S. This one's almost like a weapon. This is like Grosse Point Blank. If you have ever seen that, John Cusack could easily defend himself with this pen. Awesome. Awesome pen. Beautiful. One of my favorites. I believe it'll be a classic of the future. I really do. Mary Madden agrees. All right, here's another one. Oh, yes. This, years from now, people will hunt for these. These keep going up in price, too. It's amazing. They're much more expensive than they were when they were out. I think... I'm trying to remember how much they were. In my head, it's $25. But I'm also thinking $45, too. But I don't remember. If anybody remembers, let me know. But I do feel like... my friend Shaq has a Schaefer Legacy. Very cool. I do feel that these will be classics of the future. Art Deco styling. Beautiful steel nib. Very well made. These are from the late 90s, early 2000s. Beautiful. I wish this picked up the nibs better. But it's so pretty. Snap cap, easy access. Many of us got our starts with this fountain pen. Beautiful Art Deco embellishment there. The top, almost like a, skyline, right? Beautiful. Art Deco. Very 30s, 40s feel. Great pens. I have 4 of these, and I'll never part with them. But I feel like one day these will be the Phileas, named after Phileas Fogg of Around the World in 80 Days. This is a future classic. Get one now while you can. Price is going up, I've noticed. Here's another one, and I feel is going to be a future classic, and I hear a lot of people booing right now. Please don't boo. I have a reason. I don't think it's this one specifically. I think it's the 23 karat palladium nib. The ones that worked. Those happy few nibs that actually wrote. I feel like... trying to see if there's any ink in there. A little bit. I feel like the 23 karat palladiums will be a rare beast. And people will want them. Because they have a character. Character's hard to find in pens. Many pens are cookie cutter versions of each other. When there's distinctive ones, these are all distinctive. They really stand out. But I feel like the one I don't have, the 23 karat palladium, will be a future classic. That's what I think. I love the booze, guys. You know I love you all. Hey, I sound like Ozzy. Ozzy always says that in a concert. I love you all. That's my Ozzy. But I think it's that other nib. People will want it. Here's another one I feel will be a future classic because it's so weird. I love this pen, but it's weird. It, of course, is the Mont Blanc Bohème. I describe it as a little clockwork of the pen. You uncap it, you screw it into the bottom, and your nib comes out to say hello. And turns it into a really good-sized pen. Not a dopey little green baby. Why didn't Wes Anderson paint this green? Wes? Hey, Wes? Why don't you paint this one green? Sorry. I crack myself up sometimes. But you have this beautiful ruby. It's fake ruby, but who cares? It's beautiful. And a really great nib. And a great writer. Great pen. Weird, though. It takes like 3 minutes to set this pen up if you want to use it. And if you're at the office, it's kind of a hassle, which is what's so charming about it. If you want to fill it up, you just do this. Oh, wait. I went the wrong way. What am I doing wrong? Oh, yeah, okay. It's been a while. It's this way. Sorry. Short international cartridge. I fill it up with a syringe. It goes in and out like that. You got to hold on to this. Genius. There you go. So, charming pen. Beautiful. It's got some heft to it. It's so interesting. It's a great travel pen. It's a great size. You really can be very productive. Full size pen, but takes too long to get to it. So I feel like this will be a future classic. Because they'll say like, oh, the charming Bohème. And it's just so cute, so pretty. And my last one for your consideration. Boy, this list is heavy. Heavy on this maker. Does anybody recognize this Art Deco gem? Anyone? Bueller? This is another Watchman from the early 2000s. One of my favorite pens. Completely unsung and should not be. These were cheap. So cheap. Saw them online, $100, $125. And then I had to go talk about them at length. And now I don't think you can find one for less than like $250, maybe $3. Has a beautiful gold nib. Art Deco. There is one odd thing about it. I don't know if you've noticed it yet. Have you noticed? I bet Shaq has noticed. Shaq notices these things right away. But some of you others, maybe you have. I don't know. It took a bit for me to notice. It's the nib. Do you see the nib? It's like undersized. It's an odd, tiny nib kind of on this larger pen. But it's a beautiful pen. It also unscrews back here for some reason. I don't know why. I guess you technically could fill it up like this, right? But then this just falls off. But, why does it do that? I don't know. But I kind of love it. Kind of love that it does. You screw it back in and then unscrew it properly. By the way, this is a relatively inexpensive pen. It does have a gold nib. Small gold nib. But it has a glass and metal. I think it's glass. It feels like glass. I'm not going to test it though. But a very nicely made converter. Converters were better 20 years ago. They were hardier. They weren't these dinky things we have now. This is a pretty hearty, pretty nice converter. A lot of pen companies should be ashamed of themselves for the converters that they're using compared to what we used to get. But this is a great pen. Wasn't around very long. Came in black, came in yellow. I think the yellow will be the classic. I love this one. Love it. I think it's a classic one day. So fun. Oh, Nathan King. Hi, Nathan. What's up, brother? Nathan likes smaller nibs. You would love this then. This is a unsung great, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best pens out there. It writes so precisely. It's a fun travel pen. You can write really small in this one. This is a fine. It was a rare find for me. Back in the day, I didn't use a lot of fine nibs. But I used to love writing in travel journals. I love the color. It was like a splash of color in my kit, my travel kit. So those are my selections for future classics. There's probably more. I could even see some Gravitas pens making the list. Or the Monarch nib from Ian Schoen. I could see that. I don't have one, or I would show you. I do have some Gravitas. I have the VAC. Is that here? Yes, the VAC. My VAC is empty right now. And then I'm going to film shortly with a Monster. But I could see something like this. These are really interesting. And the more you get into them and you get into Ben Walsh's mind, he's a mad lad. And I love him. I love how over-engineered all this stuff is. And you can take it apart in weird spots. That's super fun. Who doesn't love that? You can put any ink you want in here. It's super easy to clean. So the VAC pen is great. Medical grade acrylic. Pretty neat. I could see these because they're so over-engineered. I don't think they'll have any problem lasting. That's for sure. Very cool. Very fun. Very fun stuff. Well, we have a new video this week about journaling where you're broken. It's like to fix the places where you're broken. The Hemingway quote, right? The world breaks everyone, but some of us are stronger in the broken places. So it's along those lines. I think you're really going to enjoy this one. There's an analogy that it uses between a certain decorative art. So it has a bit of history, decorative art, and journaling. What more can you ask for? I think you'll enjoy that. Yeah. So lots of interesting stuff coming on the channel. Cool or Not Cool Part 3, filmed, done, incredibly long. I should have split it in two, but I just felt like with a video like that, you either like it or you don't. So I think you guys like it, so I think you'll enjoy it. But I think it clocked in at around 50 minutes, which is long for me, except for the lives. It's a lot like a live. But I've watched it a few times. I think it's super fun. I think the time goes fast. So I think you'll really like that. And there's some more handwriting videos coming up. 2 more where we dive into one person's handwriting, analyze it, and do it. And then I'm resting that for a while. I'll probably go back to it next summer. I like to lay off. I like to do a series and then break and then do something else because I have some other ideas too. I think you'll like it. Yay, Tracy's into it. Thank you, Tracy. So my last request this evening is please subscribe. I just would love to have you on this journey with us. We go to a lot of places, and the fountain pen takes us there. From the pen, you can go anywhere, and we do. New video this week on fixing you where you're broken through journaling. I think you'll get a lot out of it. I poured my heart into this one, so I think you'll like it. I hope you will. And we'll be back next Tuesday night with more live show. And hopefully my voice will be 100% by then. But I did hold out a whole hour, so I'm very happy. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for joining me. And I can promise you one thing. You know what that is? That we'll see each other again. Tuesday, in fact. And then again, further up the road. Tom Cooch slipping in a super chat as everyone's logging off. My friend, $10. Thank you. You're the best. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all your generous support. You guys are the best. So thank you all for watching. Tom, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for all the super chats, all the great support. I'll see you all very soon further up the road. So take care.